I can't wait. I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background.
Trying to say this to my friends who had children. You're 7 years old and someone is stroking your. It feels good.
Right. Because you're going to be a big voice for the future. And I need them to know what the dangers are.
Absolutely.
Jaguar Wright has just dropped some explosive allegations that could shatter Oprah Winfrey's pristine image. Imagine this. Secret, wild parties at Diddy's mansion, where young rappers are supposedly drawn into a dangerous whirlpool of substances and exploitation. That's right, the queen of empowerment herself, Oprah, is accused of being at the center of this scandalous scene. If these claims are true, Oprah's legacy might never recover. Dive into the details with us as we unravel this jaw-dropping story that's got everyone talking.
This is all impromptu. I'm triggered.
So, Oprah, the beloved media mogul, is alleged to have not only attended, but also organized these infamous freak-off parties. But what really happens at these gatherings? The tales are as horrifying as they are sensational. According to multiple sources and eyewitness accounts, these parties are far from ordinary celebrity soirees. These events are reportedly rife with illicit substances, hidden cameras, and rampant exploitation. Victims have described scenes of debauchery and manipulation, where attendees are coerced into compromising situations, all under the influence of powerful substances.
Hello? I once had Diddy text me, "Welcome to the family," but I was raped by a platinum-selling producer who was one of his cohorts.
It's said that Diddy employs a cadre of enablers who facilitate these activities, ensuring that no evidence escapes the confines of his heavily monitored mansions.
The Department of Homeland Security conducting a raid at a house in Holmby Hills, believed to be connected to Sean Combs.
Shots of a few people coming out of the home. Those people have been detained. Now we're trying to still connect the dots. We do have some sources on scene here that we're getting this information.
One insider revealed that these parties serve a dual purpose. Not only are they a playground for the elite, but they are also a cunning means of business. Newcomers to the industry are allegedly lured with the promise of networking and opportunity, only to find themselves ensnared in a web of blackmail and exploitation. Hidden cameras, strategically placed throughout Diddy's properties, capture every compromising moment, providing a trove of potential leverage against the partygoers.
Replete with very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout his...
As the story unfolds, the role of Oprah Winfrey becomes even more disturbing. It's claimed that Oprah, leveraging her vast network and influence, was instrumental in recruiting new faces for these events. Her connections in the industry allowed her to handpick individuals who would be most susceptible to manipulation, ensuring a steady stream of fresh victims. Oprah's involvement allegedly went beyond mere participation. She is accused of using these parties as a means to secure business deals and eliminate competitors. This leads us to the question, how did this clandestine operation function so seamlessly for so long? The answer lies in a meticulously crafted scheme. Oprah and Diddy are said to have used their celebrity status to create an illusion of exclusivity and privilege. Attendees, often young and eager to climb the social ladder, were drawn into the promise of rubbing elbows with industry giants. Once inside, the reality was starkly different. Guests were plied with substances, coerced into illicit activities, and filmed without their consent. The footage was then used to maintain control over them, ensuring their silence and compliance.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
Interestingly enough, these parties were not merely social events, but a strategic tool. Oprah is rumored to have leveraged the information gathered at these gatherings to manipulate business negotiations and secure favorable outcomes. Her vast real estate and business ventures benefited from this underhanded tactic, as rivals were systematically discredited and removed from the playing field. One particularly harrowing account comes from a young artist who attended one of these parties. She described being introduced to Oprah by Diddy, feeling star-struck and honored. However, as the night progressed, she found herself in a nightmare. I was offered drinks and what I thought were harmless party favors, she recalled. Before I knew it, I was in a room with hidden cameras, and things were happening that I never agreed to. This victim's story echoes many others, painting a chilling picture of manipulation and betrayal. What no one expected was the level of sophistication involved in these operations. Diddy's properties, both in Los Angeles and Miami, were equipped with state-of-the-art surveillance systems. Hidden cameras in every room ensured that nothing went undocumented. This archive of footage, featuring some of the most prominent names in entertainment, is rumored to be the backbone of their blackmail scheme.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry.
As more victims come forward, the magnitude of the scandal grows. One source, speaking under the condition of anonymity, claimed that the footage includes not only artists and musicians, but also high-profile politicians and international dignitaries. The reach of this operation is global, the source stated. It's not just about Hollywood. It's about power and control on a massive scale. The implications of these allegations are staggering. If proven true, Oprah's involvement in such a scheme could topple her empire. Already, there are whispers in the industry, with former associates distancing themselves and sponsors reconsidering their partnerships. The public, too, is reeling from the shock. How could the woman who stood for empowerment and integrity be entangled in such nefarious activities?
It's just crazy. Just read.
One particularly damning piece of evidence comes from a former employee of Diddy's who claimed to have witnessed Oprah giving explicit instructions for party preparations. She knew exactly what was happening and was an active participant. The employee alleged she wasn't just a guest, she was a planner. This revelation adds a new layer to the scandal, suggesting that Oprah's involvement was far more direct than initially believed. Could it be that the philanthropic icon has a dark side that has remained hidden for decades? As the investigation continues, the public is left to grapple with this possibility. The juxtaposition of Oprah's public persona with these allegations create a cognitive dissonance that is difficult to reconcile.
The reason why is because they gathered so much evidence. Supposedly they gathered so many videos and laptops and also electronic devices.
Interestingly enough, Oprah's reputation has been shrouded in controversy long before these latest allegations surfaced. Delving into her past, one can uncover a series of criticisms and disputes that paint a more complex picture of the media mogul. For instance, Dave once found himself at the center of a fabricated narrative purportedly exposing Oprah as a handler for Hollywood elites.
It was completely outside of my frame of reference. I've been in show business since I was 14, and I've heard the stories.
This claim, although proven false, gained traction among conspiracy theorists and gossip circles, highlighting the enduring skepticism around her influence and connections.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know.
What no one expected was the resurgence of these old accusations, now seemingly validated by new allegations. Recall the scandal involving Monique, who publicly accused Oprah of blackballing her in Hollywood. The comedian's refusal to participate in a press tour for the film Precious, which Oprah produced, led to a notorious fallout.
Now I begin to see commercials with my brother, my mother, my father, and my other brother.
Monique claimed that Oprah, alongside other industry giants, orchestrated a campaign to sabotage her career. These actions were alleged to be part of a broader pattern of Oprah using her power to crush dissenters and protect her interests. This brings us to another layer of intrigue: Oprah's ties to notorious figures like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. Despite her public condemnation of Weinstein following his downfall, critics like Seal have accused Oprah of knowing about his misconduct for years and doing nothing. Seal's Instagram post, which showed Oprah kissing Weinstein on the cheek, was a stark reminder of her close association with him. He accused her of hypocrisy, suggesting that her public stance was merely a facade to maintain her image.
Tell her. I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative.
The specter of Jeffrey Epstein further complicates Oprah's narrative. Although there is no concrete evidence linking her to Epstein, the mere suggestion of such a connection fuels the conspiracy theories surrounding her. Epstein's infamous Black Book contained the names of many high-profile individuals, and while Oprah's name wasn't among them, the shadow of suspicion lingered. Could it be that her vast network shielded her from more explicit associations? As the scandal with Diddy unfolds, these historical criticisms and allegations resurface, painting Oprah in a more sinister light. Her previous support for John the God, the Brazilian spiritual healer later convicted of multiple assaults, adds to the troubling picture.
A man who claims to work miracles and heal the sick. He calls himself John of God, but there's nothing godly about him.
Oprah had once lauded John on her show, calling his work inspiring. Yet, as the accusations against him mounted, she distanced herself, expressing sympathy for the victims but raising questions about her judgment and the true extent of her involvement. This leads us to the heart of the current allegations: Oprah's supposed orchestration of the infamous parties at Diddy's mentions. One former employee's claim that Oprah gave explicit instructions for party preparations is particularly damning. This account suggests a level of premeditation and involvement that goes far beyond mere attendance. If true, it implicates her directly in the exploitation and manipulation occurring at these events. What drives Oprah to engage in such behavior? Some speculate that it is a desperate bid to maintain relevance and power in an industry where influence is fleeting. Others suggest deeper psychological motives, a need for control and dominance masked by her public persona of benevolence and empowerment. The dichotomy between Oprah's public image and the private allegations against her creates a cognitive dissonance that is hard to reconcile. As more victims and insiders come forward, the facade continues to crack. The public is left grappling with the possibility that one of the most beloved figures in media could be involved in such nefarious activities. The juxtaposition of Oprah's advocacy for female empowerment with allegations of her exploiting vulnerable individuals is particularly jarring.
Best of both worlds. Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Nobody talks about that project.
That swept that smooth under the rug.
Why?
Could it be that the queen of daytime television has a dark side that has been hidden for decades? His question lingers as the investigation unfolds with the potential to dismantle not just her legacy, but also the trust and admiration of millions. The intricate web of power, manipulation, and deceit surrounding Oprah's persona makes for a gripping narrative, one that keeps the public on edge, waiting for the next revelation. As the layers of this scandal peel away, the true nature of Oprah Winfrey's empire may finally be revealed. As we close this shocking tale, the question remains, could Oprah Winfrey, the queen of empowerment, truly be entangled in such a sinister web of manipulation and exploitation? What other secrets could be lurking behind her seemingly pristine image? We want to hear from you. Do you think these allegations hold any weight, or is it all just a series of unfortunate coincidences? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning everything